ladies and gentlemen of 2020, let's stop this now. I didn't even know I was part of a community. Like, I didn't get the memo, obviously. People are divesting from the natural hair community. What's that? Hey everybody, this is a queer here, and I thought I'd come in with a video. Basically, I've had enough. I've had enough of watching videos about the natural hair community and how toxic it is. So before you watch any other videos about the negative state of the natural hair community, sit down, drink some tea, drink some wine, drink some water, and just watch what I have to say, or listen to what I have to say, and hopefully it will put you on the right path to caring and maintaining your natural hair. Okay, so if you're a natural hair person, you might have seen some videos about the natural hair community and how toxic it is. I can't even count on 10 fingers. 10 fingers how many videos I've seen where natural hair beauties are telling me that the natural hair community is toxic, they want to divest from it, it's a negative thing, they're no longer part of it, they're going to go back to relaxer. Oh my gosh, this is serious! This is serious stuff! So instead of me just watching it and just like kind of indulging in this, I just thought, let me do something that's going to be actually a positive thing. So I've been natural for the last 12 years, and when I became a natural person, it wasn't really a long-winded process or soul-searching process for me. I realized that my hair was breaking because of relaxer, so I needed to step away from the relaxer and embrace what was underneath it. So I will say, personally for me, it wasn't a hard decision, because if I carried on doing what I was doing, I would be bald-headed. So it's a matter of health, life and death with my hair. So I shaved it all off. And guess what? When I did that, I felt liberated. I felt like, okay, my hair is not my beauty. I can actually go outside, although, yeah, people will stare, but maybe they're staring because they actually like it, or maybe they're staring because they think I'm brave, or maybe they're just staring because they think it's weird. Who cares? I have to deal with it within myself. So my hair started to grow back. And then I started to realize, oh, okay, this is what my hair is. And that for me was the hardest process, was learning to understand what my hair is and what it likes, what it doesn't like, what it responds to. You literally become a hair whisperer with this. You really have to be in tune with your hair. This is the bit that people struggle with. They realize, oh, actually my hair doesn't do exactly what I want it to do. It's not like the relaxer days or the weave days where I slick my hair back or I put my hair together and it will stay. Your natural hair has a life of its own. So what do? We go to YouTube, we look at content, we search, we look for our twin in the YouTube world who's got the same hair as us. And then we think, oh, okay, this person has got this particular hair type. I'm going to latch onto this person and follow exactly what they do. Not realizing that although on the screen, the aspirational screen, their hair appears to be similar to yours, it probably isn't. 9 times out of 10 it isn't. And commonly what responds well to one person's hair is not going to respond well to the other person's hair, despite what you may think, despite you thinking that this person has the same hair type as you. With anything that you want to go well, you have to invest time in it. There are no quick fixes, and that's the same with your hair. Be under no illusion that you're instinctively gonna know what to do with your hair when we spent lifetime, decades covering up what's underneath. So it's almost like a reintroduction to a person that disappeared for years and years and years. That's literally what it is with your hair. And if you imagine the amount of times we've had to just hide our hair because of what society has told us, how are we meant to know how to handle it when it's presented to us? That's where the time and effort comes in, and it is literally trial and error. That's exactly it. So this video is my opinion and my opinion only. You may not agree with it, cool, but I just feel like a responsibility just to counter some of the negative videos that are being put out there. I don't know the reason why. Part of me and the cynic in me thinks it's for clout, it's to increase viewership. I don't know. I'm here to be real. I'm real! Okay, so number one, those that are saying that they hate the natural hair community, I think they're slightly misguided. And the reason why I say that, and I'm saying this not lightly, is that why do you need a community to validate who you are? What is it that you were hoping to achieve or get from this particular community? And the reason why I say that is because when I decided to become natural, I used YouTube as a light reference point, but ultimately I didn't use it to validate or make me feel good about myself. And I think that's what isn't happening, is that people had this high hope that they'd be within a community where everyone's going to be positive, everyone's going to be praising each other, giving each other motivational speeches and stuff, when life isn't like that. This world is filled with people that are happy, sad, jealous, negative, positive. So that's naturally going to happen within a community, unfortunately. And it has changed from when I started. Everyone was very much, it was quite new and everyone was very much on the same vibe. But as it's grown and it's become trendy, certain things have happened where now people are feeling marginalized or they're feeling alienated because their hair isn't a type that bodes well with everyone. Why are you going to listen to someone that you don't know, and why are you going to allow that person's opinion to change what you're doing? This journey is a long journey. You will have ups and downs, your hair will break, your hair will shrink. Just because someone behind a keyboard that you'll probably never meet says to you that your hair is not good, your hair doesn't grow, why are you going to allow that person that we don't know to affect the way that you carry out your life and what you do within your life? So I just say, just stop this community stuff, because to me it's not a thing. It's really not a thing. Yeah, it's very nice to be able to find support in things, but if you're not going to find it there, then that doesn't mean that you should become disheartened and just stop. With anything that you do in this life, there are going to be naysayers. Are you going to quit? Or are you just going to carry on? So that's why for me the natural hair community is a facade. It's a tag that people are using to sell their products, to perpetuate things that aren't true, or to convey things that are unrealistic. So for me, I didn't get the memo. I'm happy with it. My mental health is happy for it. And that's why I'm not part of the community. Number two, if I can tell you anything else, and I was a sucker for this, right? I went into this whole 4A, 4Bs, 4C, 4P, lotions, potions, whatever. This grading system that is in place does not work. It doesn't take into account the many hair types that are within the particular, this 4C that they're talking about. But everyone, I don't like to say everyone because I don't like to generalize, but most people have different textures on their hair. And I'm the same. I mean, my daughter's is the same. It's like, come on. How are we going to put ourselves into a box? The person that actually came up with this grading system, that's something that you need to look at, because that's what I did. And when I looked into it, I was like, damn, I've just been suckered into this person's way of thinking. Because this whole thing about 3C, 4A, it's just another form of colorism when you look at it. Because when you look at the descriptions that are given for each hair type, it becomes very apparent very quickly that if your hair is a 1 or 2 or 3, it's easier to manage, and if your hair is a 4C, then it's the problem child. It's the one that needs the most work, it's the most difficult, it's the hardest. And the person that came up with it, why are we listening to them? For me, it's quite a negative thing to use to describe your hair. It's not something that particularly will help, because when you think about it, if these grading systems work there, does that mean that nobody would become a natural person? No. The grading system is a marketing ploy, and it's a way to perpetuate these negative stereotypes and thinking about our hair. So what I will say is stop using the grading system to try and categorize your hair, and in turn try and maintain and look after your hair, because it's a losing battle. Because what you do is you look at this chart, you pick, oh, that sounds like mine, That's based on a grading system that makes no sense, but I'm going to say that hair is mine. I'm also going to go onto YouTube and find someone that has that particular type, and then that's how I'm going to manage my hair. That's not how it works, because we've seen that a lot of people are jumping on the 4C bandwagon because it's the most trendy, it's the hair type that requires the most work, therefore it's the hair type that they will peddle these products towards. And us as consumers will lap it up because we want to make sure we can manage our hair so it can look a little bit more like the free ABC group. Stop! Stop all of this. Take away the grading system and just look at your hair. And this goes back to my first point, that you just really need to have that relationship with just your hair and take everyone out of the equation. I'm a very big fan of just wear your hair how you want it, not how others want it. So if you decide that you want to slick down your edges, if you want to curl up your hair, then fine. I don't think that's a negative thing. I don't think that's you kind of betraying what your natural hair is or trying to be someone else. If that's what you truly think and believe and feel like you want to do, then fine, we colour our hair, we put extensions in it. I don't see a problem with that. But if you're doing it because you feel like that's what society will accept, or you feel more accepted in society by slicking your edges, by curling your hair, then that's where you need to stop and really think about what you're doing. Because that shows a lack of self-love, that shows a lack of self-confidence in what you have, and it's also allowing people to tell you what is good. And if someone's saying to you, your hair isn't good, then they're saying you're not good. So you really need to think about why you're doing the things that you're doing. Me, I will slick the edges, I don't care. Sometimes I rock my hair how it is, I haven't slicked down. I mix and match. I don't think there's an issue. I don't think there's a problem with it. There's some people out there that will say if you stick your edges, you're being fake, you're doing this. I don't think that's the case. If you want to do that, then that's fine. But as I say, if you are doing it because you feel like that's what society is saying that you should do, or you feel like people look down on you if you don't, then no, I don't agree with that at all. Less is definitely more. And when I say less, I mean less when it comes to product, less when it comes to the way we just abuse our hair. Like, we just do too much with our hair. Like, is there a day where our hair doesn't get pressed, prodded, stretched, combed, teased? Can we just leave our hair alone to breathe? People wonder why, oh, why doesn't my hair grow? Well, when was the last time you let your hair breathe? When was the last time you stopped using so much product on it? When was the last time you stopped using heat on it? Like with anything, if you overwork it, it gets tough, it becomes tired, it doesn't want to do anything. So let's, maybe just a day, just give your hair a spa day. Just leave it to relax and chill. Let it have its reflection time. Let it understand and ponder what 2020 was about, like we have. Just leave your hair. When it comes to products, less is more, as I say. Water is your best friend when it comes to natural hair, especially if your hair type is thick, if it's got a thicker, a tighter curl pattern, then water is definitely your friend. We have to keep it moisturized, and I use oil. There are some videos out there that will say don't use oil, but I personally, and the reason I say personally, because I'm not going to say you should use it, but when I've used water and oil and a little bit of sheer moisture cream, my hair's good to go and I'm happy. When I've used so many products on my hair becomes limp, it becomes strangely dry and it just becomes overweighted. And lastly, what I want to say is protect yourself. Protect yourself from people that are going to be negative towards you, that are going to say things that are going to put you off what you want to do. This comes to hair and all sorts of things, goals, career, whatever. Protect yourself from what you watch, what you see. I'm very much about being true in what I say. It might not be the dumb thing, but at least I know with a clear conscience I'm being true. So protect yourself. Don't be fooled by the wizardry of YouTube, by people saying that a certain type of hair when they're really not. Do not be fooled by the wizardry of editing. A lot of people will not show you the countless times things have gone wrong before they got to the same stage. And don't get me started on wigs, okay? That'll be my next video, where I've bought wigs that people have recommended and they're just crap. So that might be my next video. If you agree, please comment in the comment section, because I just feel like the wig that they're wearing is not the wig that I'm wearing right now. And I'm not saying don't watch natural hair videos or don't be part of a community, but what I'm saying is use that as a light reference point, those videos. Use the community as a side support mechanism. Do not make it your whole world. That has to come from you, whether you need to sit down and reflect, whether you need to speak to someone about it. It's all about loving yourself, because people are going to say things that are going to go against what you believe, what you feel, but we shouldn't pander or stop what we're doing just because of what people say, especially if that's what you want to do. So that's what I will leave you with. Think about that. Before you say you hate a community, think about what you're saying. Are you saying you hate the community? Are you saying you hate yourself? Because the community shouldn't make you who you are. I hope you liked my nuggets of information and just advice on natural hair. As I say, if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, if you don't agree, put it in the comments and I will respond. If there's anything that you want me to talk on, natural hair and beyond, then please let me know. Please like, subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Peace out.